Hello and welcome back to the OS Taiko World Cup 2026. We've just had a small break, but we are in now for the quarterfinals showcase. And as has been the case, I'm Wolf and I'm joined by Over the Hedge.
Hello,
How are you
I'll
feeling?
be pretty well. It's kind of mixed. I lost my match this week. I
Yeah.
will also say I'll be damned if I'm the only one that noticed the start of the stream timed perfectly with the end of Cuco just there. But yeah, I'm excited for the quarterfinals poll. I feel like I've been SS battling for 3 weeks in a row, and I'm excited to hopefully get into a harder set of maps that challenges even the top teams a little more.
Yes, that should definitely be the case. There's some very scary maps. And it only gets worse, obviously, as the stages go on. But no mod 1 already will start off a bit more extreme, I think. At least that is my perception of No Mod 1.
Alright.
Which is a minute shorter than last week again. It's 2 minutes and 22 seconds at 240 BPM, like last week. However, it has much lower SV at times, it has way more bursts at times, and it's mapped by Xavi. That is scary enough, I think.
Yes, there's a 1-6 in No Mod 1. I'm so glad. I've been missing this.
There's a lot of 1-6 in this map. A lot of them are mono bursts, and they're also doublets. So, quite a step up from 1-4 consistency with some funny, slower rhythms and finishes.
1-4, 1-3 into 1-8 doublets there at this BPM. This is lots harder than King World just for the raw mechanics side of things.
Yes.
Wow.
And this is basically... The good thing is it's only 2 minutes long again, so it's not the draining consistency of King World last week.
Yeah, a lot of notes in that short time though, so it's still gonna drain your wrists of all strength unless you have a whole lot to spare.
What even is 1,600 notes in a little bit over a minute sec?
By 12 MPS.
Yeah, that's quite high for not a stream map.
Yeah, that is equivalent to a 180 stream the whole way through, but got constant little breaks here and there. If you can even call them breaks, just between patterns, so I don't know. Bit of a burst check map, kind of, and this is going to kill a lot of SS ranks.
Yes! The slowdown itself is already enough, but the patterns inside the slowdown are... well, the rhythms. We've seen that do damage to accuracy plenty of times in round of 16. Welcome to the mono stream.
Yeah, that's gonna be brutal.
This should make accuracy wars a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I think we're still gonna see FC battles. If this is the difficulty of the poll, we're gonna see FC battles in winners bracket. Only a few in losers bracket, but we still are gonna see some that are actually probably gonna be some very scary lower bracket matches this week that, you know, could be an upper bracket without too many people batting an eye. But a lot of teams are going to be like fighting for their like 950k scores on this instead of fighting for 990 always. Okay, No Mod 1. It's a lot harder.
No Mod 1. Yes.
Thank goodness.
No Mod 2 is Tusker again. And
I'm scared.
It's a chomp song.
The replay is an SS.
Yes,
that's bad news.
Look at the BPM.
Oh, what is this?
Yes.
Oh no.
Look at the BPM, look at the OD. Consider this is a math rock song by Chon. This is absolutely hecked up.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be in trouble with this one. Your favorite mapper loves to make players suffer, and already we're seeing a lot of that classic Task A trickiness. Not a single map this guy has ever made is comfortable to play. Well, maybe a few, but certainly nothing you'd see in a No Mod 2 slot.
Yeah, this is, not only is it tricky patterns, it's also the rhythms are just so... everything.
Yeah.
The silver lining is, the first half is the really hard part with all these weird rhythms. It kind of transitions into 1-4 plus 1-8 in the second half, but the BPM still constantly shifts.
Has it been doing that the whole time?
Yes. If you look at
what is this? These patterns especially. So much mono there. That's so brutal.
It's a very mean map. And the editor, if you look inside, it's full of red and green lines just stacked on top of each other to have a stable reading. But the BPM is anything but stable.
Yeah, something tells me this score from Miyagishima would represent the top of the top of the top of what players are going to achieve on this in matches. Even, I mean, 3 100s on the group snow mod 2 would have been exceptional. I think only one player got or beat that out of a very stacked group stage. So, yeah, this is a hell of a score. Don't expect everyone to be doing this.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, that little bit of extra spacing. This is so scary. This is going to destroy so much act. This is going to destroy so many bongo players with these mono bursts. Brilliant.
Yeah. I think this is the first OD7 No More 2, and what a map to have that on.
Oh, that's going to be a difficult one. It takes a lot, evidently, to make Miyagishima get anything below 100% accuracy. This map is hard enough to do it, so we're starting to get into the real harder stuff territory. This is a speed map by Grape Tea.
Yes, and double S by Grape Tea. Everything's back to normal.
Well, yeah. No, if this guy is getting an S rank, you should be quaking and sweating buckets and just generally expecting you, a normal person, to die. But he's still SSing for 9. So close to 300. This is the BPM says 148, but this is clearly 1A map. So you could call this 296, and yeah, it would be a bit silly to disagree.
It's definitely mapped as 296, and it's basically just a step up from No More 3 last week. You have longer patterns, longer 1-2 chains, and the highest density is in the last KI. So if you run out of steam midway through the map, you are in for trouble. I think the longest patterns are like 9 nodes, 1-4 at least.
Yeah, I expect this to be where the density really lies. Oh, those finishers! Those are not easy. I don't think too crazily difficult, but those could cause some misses for people whose hands just aren't feeling so stable.
No one will drop 100s on this low SV.
Well,
smile.
I know who won't, and he made the beat map.
True.
Kind of guy to go through the side by side, like low SV notes without a single ghost tap and still SS them. This guy just, I don't know. He's just literally playing music. It's just a performance to our boy Grape Tea. Bit of a chill, like a fairly long chill section here. Actually, a lot of time to catch your breath, but you see the score. You've got a third of the notes left to hit and only a quarter of the map to do it. This is about to get dense as an animal.
Yes, as said, you had a long chill section, but these last KIs are basically non-stop. The last KI is non-stop.
That's the increase there.
Yeah, it always increases on the DKK, PKK, this.
Yep. And it's presumably going to be KI all the way till the end. Okay, 1 second to catch your breath before the final burst comes in.
Yep. Okay, Vess, it's not entirely non-stop, but really long. Much longer than any chain.
It's a long pattern right at the very end. That might kill some people's FCs even. Yes. I'd say it'll kill quite a few. That is long for 300. Alright. So, 1-3's done. Like so, no 1-4. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very happy.
Yes. And we're in for trouble. My notes ended at Sonic Go Fast. That's the beginning and the end. All I could say about this, it has much stricter low SV and especially high SV, so...
Oh my goodness.
A little bit...
Okay, no, that's fine. That's actually okay.
This one is fine. It could be 1-4. But surely...
This is 1-4.
No.
This is fine.
No,
Is it anything else?
No, there's way more than this.
Well, I mean,
there's
is
definitely some memorization going to be required.
Oh yeah, I mean, anyone sight reading this against a competent team that's played it is simply losing. But that's the point of No Mod 4. It kind of always has been. Whoa, well, once it comes in there, couple doubles.
Yes. So mixed high SV rhythms.
Okay. Oh, those 1/6 are so stretched out. Okay, that's 1/4.
That's 1/4. That was
double
easy still. This one is not.
Yeah, pattern difficulty in that third kind of slinky SV. This seems like more reading heavy than previous reading picks in terms of like, oh, okay, back-to-back 1/6, but still nothing too crazy. Like, a lot of the stuff in previous No Mod 4s has kind of, the hardest to read parts coincide with the hardest mechanics parts, and it creates a bit of a spike.
Yeah. I feel like that often happens, but it's easy for that to happen in SV maps.
That's true. Alright. Alright, bit of a break here. Is there a break where we will... Yeah, so teams will see each other's scores here. Only a third of the map to go. That might be nerve-wracking. Okay, 1/6 at the end of every measure. And that one's 1/4 into 1/6 with an overlap mid-pattern. That's brutal.
I absolutely have no idea what's going on anymore. I'll be honest.
I've played enough No Mod 4s that I'm fine, but I'm still missing on sight rate for sure.
Are you tapping along?
I can. Oh, okay, I missed on that.
Oh, damn.
That's sight readable. I can confirm.
That will forever be one of my favorite Discord messages. The long pattern, and you claiming you got a 1/100 on that. Just by tapping to the text.
Wait, is this the thing you saw from the UK team intro video?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Ren Cup qualifiers hidden 2. I hit that part in lobby both times because of all that practice. I was so happy. I didn't have to see the map either. Try though. Anyway, that's No Mod 4. On to No Mod 5.
Stream map by Taiko Mom.
Arknight's background, life is good.
Yes.
Right. BPM up by another 10 to 220.
So this has a much higher node density than last week's stream map, with much longer streams. The final one, when we get to that, is 240 nodes long.
Ooh.
Which is long. Very long.
Yeah, so Taiko Mom, well known for her stream custom maps for tournaments. Of course, Metalhead mapping streams, what's new there, but clearly got a bit more musical range than just purely metal. This is... Well, I mean... I think Psytrance? I don't know.
Yes.
It's definitely not metal, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. It should be Psytrance. That's what we were looking for. We wanted at least one time Psytrance No Mod 5, because you gotta have that as well. You need to have a metal one, you need to have a Psytrance one.
It's true.
Now the patterns get hard.
Oh yeah. Pattern difficulty increasing real sharply here. Still nothing crazy, like we're not playing Shinsekai 220 or anything, but this is hard and will require focus. When are we going to be playing Shinsekai 220, by the way? I'm asking for a friend. Alright, thank you.
Grand Finals.
I know what I have to do.
Free mod. Good luck. Like, we had Shinsekai free mod in Grand Finals before, so definitely we can have Shinsekai 220 people in Grand Finals now.
Look, yeah, I think that's too easy. Maybe I'm biased, because I have, like, Shinsekai is my most played Taiko map, and the other day I FC'd it 5 times in a row, so it's like, I definitely like it. Too much. I like it too much. Any excuse to talk about my favorite Taiko map on stream. Anyway, more streams. And Taiko Mom saying, and then the worst comes, so I imagine this is probably where the pattern difficulty maxes out.
Yes, and also the stream length. So it's a double spike difficulty.
Yeah, you got the, I think you said 240 note streams here?
Yes, that is what the notes say that Taiko Mom has given me. I did not count, but that should be accurate. How do you even get an even number stream?
That's start blue tick. Wait, oh god, if it's a long stream starting on blue tick, that is gonna cause trouble for some people.
Surely it's 241.
Probably.
Surely.
Probably. Alright. And the beat map ends. Okay.
And the beat
So-
map amps.
Not crazy on the stamina, but definitely a higher requirement than last week, which already was starting to be like, okay, these are stamina stream maps. Like, we're not doing 2 or 3 runs of just pattern stuff like we were doing last year.
Yeah.
It's patterns
And
and speed now.
Yeah, the BPM slowly increasing. And we would go into hidden now, but we appear to have a jazz invasion.
And Wolf, I think I have a new favorite original from just a visual design standpoint. That was so awesome looking, and it was so awesome sounding, awesome to play. I hope so. I can tell you I was trying to tap along and I couldn't really play it. This is our second OS original of the tournament. It's Jazz Invasion by Cancel. That's right, we have 2 Cancel songs in 2 pulls. Of course, last week we had Out of Place from OWC 2025 as the tiebreaker. Now we have our first speed techno mod, which is sort of... it's like Nomad 2, but more focused on burst speed than finger control, but it still has that control aspect. Anyway, a lot of people go into every original, of course. As you can tell, a lot went into the visuals here. For illustration, we've got Kuri Hase, that's probably pronounced wrong, sorry, and Danimado, Narai Cat, and Ravine. Polytetral, Pantulu, and Roy on the graphics design. Nafi Kuroi's Chaku Milku on the storyboards. Makasan for the video. Narai Cat, Makasan, Mune, and the Funk running design QA. Sakura 06 doing the Sakura 06 job of making sure it's all good, coordinating everything, and wouldn't you believe it? Cancel song mapped by Nurand and Uone. Where have you seen this before?
Crazy mapping duo. But
yeah, this one interrupted my train of thought, I'll tell you what.
At least this map origin is not out of place. Like, this is exactly where it should be.
Oh yeah, as God intended.
Yeah. So you mentioned speed tech. This is more of a skill cap slot, which is what is going to evolve into the next few weeks.
Ooh.
But yeah, this is, I think you can agree, much harder than the other maps we've seen so far.
Well, I think it sort of depends on the player still, but generally I think most people are going to find this the hardest Nomad to FC. Yeah, despite like the SR not being, not like Nomad 1 is higher SR, but star rating isn't a perfect metric, and yeah, this one definitely on the hard side.
It gets a cancelled song, it's very chaotic. So the star rating can be chaotic.
Organized chaos, though. Nothing too crazy rhythm-wise, just a lot of the slightly crazy stuff.
Yes.
Lots of 1-6-1-8, all that good stuff.
Burst heaven.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. Alright, so that should be the Nomad poll complete.
Yeah, now we can actually go into hidden now that we've survived the Jazz Invasion. And we go back to a Taikomon map.
Miyagishima hit 100s, I'm scared again.
Yeah, this map is crazy. There's a lot of slider velocity changes going on, which you can already see, and it gets much harder. Especially in the last TI.
This intro is pretty pedestrian, but...
Even this is still tame. Like, you've seen hard and hidden ones.
Oh, I mean, most of them last year I thought were actually very hard, but...
Yes, exactly.
For example, this one, I mean, so far it's chill, but... Yeah, we've seen chill starts to maps that turn out nightmarish before, so I'm not saying anything just yet. Already doesn't look easy to hack, though.
Oh, no way. There's a lot of rhythm complexity going on as well with the still not too crazy SV changes, but they will make reading just a little bit more difficult. But once you get into some of the crazier slide velocity stuff, that is where we are not going to see accuracy matter. That's where we are going to see full combos matter.
It'd be pretty easy to drop a 100 on a section like this. I think that's just a bunch of 3-4, which it was the bane of I Can Tell You My Life during last week's poll. It felt like every modded map was killing me with that one snapping, but yeah, just a little smattering of it here. For the most part, it seems like SV and burst difficulty.
Yeah, lots of offbeats again. We've been a friend of those.
Yeah.
At least on the pooling side.
Not the friend of the consistent FC enjoyer sometimes, but yeah, you gotta figure out how to hit these things. It is the World Cup. Things are gonna be hard. Things are gonna be tricky.
Yeah, there were some very hard snaps at like the 600 combo mark. That will probably cost a few combos, but now we're getting to high SV. It's not a difficult pattern, but you have to know it exists. On the side with these doublets, 1-4 doublets and non-1-4 doublets. lot going on here in the end.
Okay, so the 100s really were just unlucky, and the map isn't impossible. I'm very glad. I was really worried when I saw it on SS.
Oh, yeah.
Ending's still kind of tricky, but it's not like he hit 100s on things that are just going to kill everyone. Okay.
Yep. And following this, we have a very big BPM increase for Hidden 2, and, which is even scarier, a very big slider velocity increase in terms of not the amount, but the base. So a lot of this map is at 1.15 SV increase, and it peaks in the final KI at a very high value that I've written down, but I don't want to say it yet because it might scare people. It's very fast.
So Megu coming in for the Hidden 2, and of course getting his signature high accuracy. Almost more surprising that he's not SSing. Knowing this guy. Pretty normal so far. Seems like increased SV.
Yes. All of this is increased SV. The KI I think is 1.25 right now.
Wow.
So yes,
very
massively
fast for Hidden actually.
Increased. And that's not the highest. Every KI kind of has the same patterns, and they're not very complex. It's just the speed at which they come at you with is ridiculously high.
Alright. Ooh. Little SS killer there. The 7.16 burst at this BPM can be pretty easy to just lag behind a little on that. It's a 320 BPM 7-foot.
Yeah. Well, double SS hasn't been dropped yet by the replay.
Alright. Ghost tapping through the brick like a normal person. Good to have a normal guy in the replay box for once instead of just someone that can perfectly play every song every minute. Showing that, yeah, these maps are hard, but they're still doable for, you know, the mortals among us.
Alright, for the ones who can somehow still read this, it's 1.35, this final SV increase.
That is about 290 BPM scroll, I believe. Something like that. That's fast. You'd say it's fast as balls.
Yeah, could say that.
And I think you'd be right.
You will be right. It's very, very fast. It's so fast I didn't even catch where that single 100 was, but it was in the very high SV.
It was the 1.6 quads near the end. I saw
it.
The Hard Rock player eye is coming in clutch, you see. Anyway. Oh, okay, Hard Rock 1, yeah, Yoshima's hit 100s. I'm really, really scared. On Hard Rock 1 of all things. Alright, so you mapped this, you're responsible.
I mapped this, yes. So this is an OS original from the Mania World Cup 4-key last year.
Okay.
It's a 3-minute map, it's 160 BPM, and there's a lot of snapping going on. So you see a lot of these offbeats. It starts tame, some longer 1.6. Some fun SV, it's not hard SV. This is not Hard Rock 2. But that's the main difficulty of this map, is that it combines tricky rhythm gaps with mixed snaps. So like you have 1.4, 1.6, 1.8. That was 1.7. It's the only 1.7 in the map, but it exists.
Okay, so you gotta figure out how to time that up or you're hitting a few 100s.
It's like a 1.6, but different.
It's like how people say 1.6 is like 1.4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.5 and 1.7 are like 1.6, but a bit faster or slower, and you hit a different amount of notes. 1.5 is just slow 1.6. I'm dead serious. As soon as I started thinking this, I could act 1.5. This game is all mental. Whoa, that was something.
Yeah, this slow section
has my goodness.
Some absolutely insane rhythms going on. So it's not the density that's going to get some 100s.
Yeah, we could get FC battles decided on accuracy by even parts like this instead of the denser ones. Double it at the end of that long burst. Easy to get caught out by something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, this almost plays sort of like a Nomad 2 at higher SV. Obviously not as hard of a one as the real Nomad 2 this week, but wow.
Yeah, but that kind of concludes the zany snapping, and now we're getting to the burstier section of the map. So the second half leaves the comfortable full combo territory that we've seen with Hard Rock 1 so far, and there's some bursts that are much harder to hit than Hard Rock 1s have been the past few weeks. Starting very soon. Something like that.
Oh, what is happening now?
No, those are 1-8 doublets. With 1-4.
Well, that means they're easy. Because it's like Ether Ritual. And that's easy. Am I wrong? Yes, actually, I'm very wrong. Because that doesn't make it easy.
That just caught me off guard. I did not expect Ether Ritual to just be dropped here. Yeah.
I have been mentioning it in every showcase I cast recently, I feel.
A bit of a difficulty spike at the end.
Whoa! Yeah, the kind of self-inverting 5-puts there, those look like 1-6 5-puts? They were certainly faster than 1-4. Okay. So, actually a lot more technical than I was expecting, but that's alright. Okay. Yes. Playable, but gonna be very hard to hack. If our boy Miyagi-Shima is getting anything other than an SS on Hard Rock 1, it is certified not an easy SS in the slightest. Very few will have any chance at that.
And also something that has a low chance of occurring, and I don't think we're going to have one in the game this year. I'm not an astrologist. It's a lunar eclipse. And that was Hard Rock 2 Lunar Eclipse by Uinet. Following basically last week's Hard Rock 2. A new OS original with a beautiful background you get to see right now. And for the credits. The illustrators for this background are Creameries and Yamiko. Graphic designers are Izuzaki and Panfulu, with the storyboard by Mune. The design quality assurance, also Mune was part of that, along with Seth and Pineapple. And as always, the video and design coordinator was Sakura006. And this was mapped by Xavi and 5_5.
Alamar in TWC, let's go. Yeah, so sticking with the trend of not so high BPM Hard Rock 2s, more just focusing on the reading than pure stamina. I suppose that kind of makes sense when Nomad 1 has kind of already been a stamina map through every run so far.
Yes.
Like, you're kind of trading it out a bit. Not quite slot pulling, which I'm not complaining. Slot pulling kind of boring, man. Kind of boring. But this isn't an opinion stream. This is a Hard Rock 2. How fast does it get? Because I couldn't quite tell. It's hard to see these things on your chart.
So the consistent scroll that is at peak is 1.1. I'm not sure what the absolute peak is, but it's not much higher than 1.1. So it's 230 BPM scroll for the key eye sections.
That's alright. I think that's still doable for a lot of teams. If even last week, that's probably badly pronounced. Spiked to about 240, but okay, I'm biased because I play a lot of HR. It still felt pretty manageable even in those harder parts. And obviously, this isn't just one stream, like big stream at that. It's going to be just denser patterns for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, harder, but I think it's alright. Okay.
That concludes Hard Rock. Into double time we go. Tusker is back with double time 1.
I thought it was the ranked top diff, and I was terrified, thinking like, oh, by the way, Grape Tea didn't SS this. We are boned. Like, we are in trouble, y'all.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's... It's going to be interesting where the miss happens. There's a lot of 1-4-1-8 in this map, especially, along with a little bit of doublet ribbon, as always in DT1, and some 1-3. But it's the 1-4-1-8 this week that are going to be the focus of Double Time 1. I think. Like that.
Yeah, this is... That 5-foot actually is insane? My dearest 420 BPM 5-foot. Wow, that's brutally difficult. No wonder Grip T hit a 100.
Yeah! Ending with a finisher as well.
420 like that. Yeah. Well, to be fair, there's a bunch of 1-4 in between, but that might still remove the stability from a lot of people's hands really fast, especially when you're already shaking a little from being in a match. Oh, 1-3 here. Yeah, this is another one where matching the replay act, even though it's not SS, is going to be a mountainous task. Especially when you only have one try. Oh, there's a note before the 5-foot! This map is so hard. Flips it on the offhand just in case you're fine with 420 BPM on one hand and not the other.
Yeah, suffer. I think last week's DT1 turned out a little bit easier than it should have, so this turns out harder than it should, possibly. We'll see what the scores are.
Oh my gosh, there were 2-1 pattern there.
Yes, I'm personally very scared of the DDK 1-8 after the plenty of dons before that.
Yeah.
Basically starting off the offhand as well. If there wasn't another 1-8 before.
Yeah, this is brutal. Yeah, 2 100s is... Gosh, maybe a couple players on Japan can do that in match. Maybe Peaceful. I can't see anyone else achieving a score like this in a match. I think even a 99.5 is going to be right up at the top end of what people are getting on this. There's just so much 1-8. The OD is so high. Lots of people are going to be able to FC this, at least in practice, but this is going to be accuracy hell for everyone.
Yeah. DT1 is back in full force.
There we go.
Right,
so
that
what about DT2?
Yep. Oh, 3 100s by Miyagishima here. This is back.
DT2. Okay.
DT2 is normal again. So it has still some doublets, but it's not doublet focused like side by side was. This has, it's a much longer 1-4 patterns than any of the speedier maps. Especially the KI sections, there's some long 1-4.
Yeah, so KTYN, anime, I assume, hardcore bootleg. This is like, yeah, this is the kind of thing that back in like 2020 would have randomly been in everyone's top plays. Like just DNB, DT, that kind of thing. A lot of people probably had a lot of practice on this kind of map. Kind of hard long pattern there though, wow.
Yeah, there's a few of those. So setting itself apart from other DT2s and speed maps by the pattern length and complexity.
Yeah. I mean, it still seems kind of standard. Oh, never mind. And then, like, Renitus comes in for no reason. Wow. Those patterns were difficult, man. That one was easy. Yeah, this pull definitely seems like a big step up. And it kind of needs to be. If you look at the teams remaining in winner's bracket, it's like, wow. All 8 of them are, like, Destroyer of Worlds tier this year. It's kind of unreal.
The worst part is that still applies to some of the lower bracket teams as well.
That's true,
And
but I do think the top 8 right now
the top
are like
8 is
kind of a cut above for the most part.
we've got a very crazy top bracket this year.
Yeah. 2v2 kind of does make the tournament more stacked by definition, and it has certainly done that this year. The team's not having to worry about a third player on every map. A lot of things become less scary, so you gotta make the same pulls more scary to compensate. And I'd say this pull is a lot harder than 25 quarters so far. Well, not a lot harder, but definitely a step up. I think this is about good.
Yeah, we're about the difficulty now where I think we will hear much less pool this map too easy complaints. But definitely were some easier maps in the past with pools.
Yeah.
But the overall difficulty is just so high now.
Yeah, I don't think these are going to be like, oh, I think stratting against good teams is possible now. Like, you can pick your strengths without thinking, oh, but they have 2 good players, so they're just going to double SS this. Like, it's not that simple anymore. Players' skill sets will probably start really coming out even at the top. Okay, well, that's the DT pool. Time for the hidden hard rock. Oh, wait, it's a Millie song. This might be actually hard with HDHR.
So, free mod 1. We didn't have free mods in the last week, so free mod is a bit different this week, and this is the beginning because this is a 155 BPM 1-3 plus 1-6 song, so it's kind of 231 BPM, and as you can see, it's mixed SV, and it's 3 minutes long. This is also original from the last O's World Cup.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is the Millie original.
Yeah.
Just a teeny bit of funny business with the finishers. Might get a couple 100s out of some people. Especially with the SV just drifting low. A lot of people probably going to want to warm up their single tap thingies quite a bit for this one.
Yeah, it's not a very dense map. This has the least density this week, I think. This KI section, obviously, yeah, it has a lot of more 1-6, but there's so many kind of empty parts, but it's not going to make them easy because, especially with mods, either hard to act or hard to read.
Yeah. Also, third Taiko Mom custom map of the pool.
Yeah.
MVPing this week.
There is lore to that, and the lore is this was hidden 1.
Thank God it's not.
Yeah. That's the reason it's free mod 1 now. It changed quite a lot from being a potential hidden 1, but that's basically how we have 3 maps in the same pool. But they're very different from one another, so I don't think it should matter in terms of, you know, map style variety. Especially this song is just different from anything else because we don't really have a lot of 1-3, 1-6.
Yeah. I think the high effective like tapping BPM on this one is gonna make life tough for a lot of people who maybe, you know, are usually on free mods expecting them to be 200 or something and struggle a little with the mechanics for 230. I'm not talking from experience. What do you mean?
It's very rare. There's always been like one of these maps per year in the Taiko World Cup in free mod. It's kind of a staple because it is very different from just having a 1-4 snap focused map.
Of course.
Because the slider velocity kind of allows you by the nature of the song to be slower than you would normally have for 230 BPM, while still feeling correct. Which is basically what we're seeing right now. It's much slower than this would be if it was a proper 230 BPM song. But yeah, free mod starting a bit weirdly.
Yeah,
thankfully,
bit of a quirky one there.
Yes, free mod 2 is something some players will know. Yes.
I had to play this as free mod like a couple months ago, I'm gonna be honest.
I know! And I'm still mad at Yongen about it. Like, literally, the day this was pulled in Rank Cup, I was like... I actually wrote in the channel, God damn it, Yongen! Cause, yeah, this was the winning entry for the Taiko Mapping World Cup, which happened quite some time ago. Like, I think I want to say May. Okay, not maybe not that long ago. But yeah, this won the make a map for Taiko World Cup quarterfinals. Yeah, well, they made
one
a free
Taiko
mod
World
map.
Cup quarterfinals later.
Yep.
Free mod 2.
This was basically, I think Rafael Schnurrend and I all agreed, this was basically, it's not 100% perfect, but it's like 99.5% perfect. There's some slight mod imbalance between hidden and hard work, but you know, this is a really, really, really creative and good anti-mod, so it had to be here, even though Yongen stole it from us. God damn it.
I think this is definitely anti-mod to at least some degree. This part is so hard to act. These doublets just kept getting me in Rank Cup. I believe this kept me from a slight reduced DHR SE and then also kept my act on by like a full % after that. But not such a long section. And most of it is just, wow, there's a lot of SV here. Like in terms of just difficulty. It's pretty chill in the BPM as well.
Yeah, this is... We're back to the very usual BPM range for free mod players.
Yeah. And lots of even rhythms in this section, I remember, yeah.
Yes.
6 split, 8 split, 1-6 back to back. This is probably the hardest part just to read. Maybe not in terms of SV, but even rhythms go a long way. You might be surprised.
Also just so wavy.
Yeah.
They went all out.
Yeah, I remember this outro being actually quite hard to catch with HDHR. Kind of just had to trust my eyes that they knew what was going on at some point. Thankfully, I have those boneless eyes, so I was okay, but a lot of people might have trouble with this one. I think this is the first free mod pull for sure where we're not just seeing Yit mod everywhere. Because we saw a lot of it in lower bracket, even in round of 16. Like, props to lower bracket teams for still just being able to pop that on stuff like, you know, round of 16 free mod 2, which I didn't think was that easy.
Yeah, it was one of the harder maps from last point. This is still quite a step up.
Yes, for sure. There's one more though. I see an FM3 in that bottom right corner.
We finally have a proper stream map in free mod. And it's mapped by no one else than Rofu.
Oh, I'm intimidated actually. Stream FM tends to be scary. And
what makes this song very unusual for a stream map, somehow the song can be fault for that as well. This is in 7/4 time. So if you have a full bar of a stream, that's 28 notes, not the usual 32. And I feel like from the perception when playing, it feels so weird.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where you just can't put your finger on it unless you really know, unless you're really familiar with stuff like that, but you know something is different about this one. Don't tell Ender that this is in 7/4. Oh, there's 1/6 as well.
Yeah, and there's also 1/8 midstream. So basically, some
wow.
forehand switches.
Alright.
Can't just have 170 BPM streaming.
That's true. Oh, there's the 1-8 coming in. Oh, and not easy patterns straight out of it either. Bunch of alternating triples.
Yeah,
Friendly the next one, right? Non-stop. The streams just keep coming.
They keep going. It's a very mean stream map. It's also under 2 minutes. I think this is the shortest map in the pool.
Right.
Also an unrelenting one.
Yeah, just an intro and then full map's worth of meat and potatoes to sink your teeth into. Just a bunch of streams and a few bursts. Don't lose Zach on that last one.
No one would.
You don't want to be that guy. All right.
Alright.
So that's Fremont 3.
Yep, and that means we're going to the tiebreaker, which is an also original. An old one again. It's from the Mania. It's from the Mania 7 Key World Cup last year. No, this year. Literally only like 2 months old. And it's mapped by H4 Eriha and Grape Tea. So the trinity of please do not full combo this with mods.
A trio that would win the tournament if they played it for their country.
They would destroy the tournament.
With no support, they would kinda smash everyone. 3v3, all Parmalavi, doesn't matter. So, better players than ourselves then will put this one together.
This is a very burst heavy, so you can see the BPM, it doesn't go high.
I suspect that 144 meaning 288.
Yeah, there's definitely some pseudo speed section, but also a lot of these 1.6 bursts are going to show up. Like that.
So I remember a couple of people mentioning last week the out of place was kind of, it was very, very favored to the No Mod 2 sort of skill set, right? Your tech, your finger control, your burst reading. So it already looks like this one is a bit more well-rounded. Like there's proper speed there. That looked like, I think that was probably 288, right?
That should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the 160 BPM section is particularly long. Also, this song is much longer than Out of Place was. We're back to 5 minutes.
Yep. Out of Place was on the shorter end. It was like 4 minutes something teen seconds. Yeah. Back into what you typically expect from a TB. Tricky 1.8 into 1.4 here. A lot of stuff where the last note of the, the speed triple is the same color as the note after it, and that can throw a lot of people off for a hell of a loop. You'd be surprised how it's the simple things like that. Whoa! That's pretty and hard.
Indeed. I love cascading patterns like that, but they're so hard to play because some of those patterns are weird.
Yeah, they just mess with the mind. Even though it looks nice, it's a bit fiendish.
Like, what do you mean DKKK is a pattern that exists? No, it's not.
Right? So... I think 1316 here?
Yes. But whatever else happens.
Normal but fast right now, I believe. Actually, I kind of suspect this is like 1619 or something.
I'll go check, because my brain can't comprehend. Or remember, especially not remember.
Oh. A bit of visual prettiness in the patterns again here. Whoa, that's a lot of caps in a very short time. Long burst coming in.
Yes.
Alright. And this does look very anti-mod. Oh, just in case you want to play hidden.
Oh, look where all many of us 100s just dropped.
And I don't blame him. This honestly looks like the hardest part of the map to me. Jeez, the SV cutting in the last note of that is so brutal. I would call this the hard part, despite the fact it's just a build-up.
Rhythmically, at least, ridiculously difficult to time.
Yeah, I totally believe it. Actually holding a near 99.9 through that is total nonsense. What is Miyagi-shima up to?
Yeah, don't even need mods for this tiebreaker if you can drop a score like this no mod.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, this... Even in winner's bracket, if you do something like this, you're winning most matches with 2 scores like this, I think. Not all. Of course, there will be teams and players who can mod this. I'd have placed at some 99 DHRs among, like, the top players here. Like, totally ridiculous stuff. I think this is still totally moddable for some people. The vast majority will be unable to play this with anything but no mod. A lot will be unable to play this no mod. This is hard.
I can't imagine that slow rhythm section with hidden. I just cannot.
No, I'm genuinely, I can't imagine in no mod. I would need DHR to be able to play that. So if you see me on the tiebreaker this weekend, then you know what's about to happen.
Be warned, Malaysia.
Hey, be warned, Sweden. Raph, you better be prepared if you got 5 off us and we got 5 off you. It's gonna be fun, buddy. Anyway, that is the tiebreaker. Vision Rhapsody, 9 100s. Which high only 9, but whatever.
Yeah. And only in the really tough spots. Not everything else. Yeah, that's just normal.
Like I can see him assessing most of that, but sometimes this guy blows your mind. Like in some of the parts of this map. Hell of a player, hell of a play, hell of a beat map, hell of a map pull, and Wolf.
Yeah,
nice work.
That's the quarterfinals for you. Very excited to see this being played out now that the matches, they were already insane this week, but they're getting even more high stakes next week. And it will not stop.
Alright.
So,
yeah. Alright. Yeah, so, speaking of those matches, they will be taking place presumably all next Saturday and Sunday. So this will be us for the work week. Thank you guys for tuning into another weekend of TWC action. I think it's been a lot of great content. Only one sweep an entire weekend of round of 16 is crazy. I think the poll kinda did some lifting there. Some teams' decision-making kinda did some lifting. But even with all that, you never see a weekend with only one sweep. That's crazy.
Yeah, we are lucky if it's only half the matches that are sweeps normally for round of 16. And we weren't even close to that happening. So... yeah, it was just a very pleasant round of 16 to watch because of a lack of...
It was a bit stressful, I'll tell you.
I can imagine, but as a viewer... lots of high drama on so many maps. Sure. Even the clean-cut ones, that ones that ended up being more clean-cut, still fun to watch because you could still think, but maybe something could happen, because in that match, something did happen.
Yeah. Alright, well... that's us for the week. Remember, you can buy a banner on the OS store online to support your favorite team if you check the Twitch chat right now. Nightbot has posted a couple of links to that, so you can go there and get your favorite team wrapped on your profile. I have my China banner. I'm pulling for them always. But for now, it's time to get practicing. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. It's from 認めてしまうとしまいだ理解してしまう前